I have it on good authority, and we'll share this with you when we come back. Good authority that Boehner right now is with the president, and he is caving on a deal that will enrage you. We'll give you the details of something that's coming from somebody who is there right now. We'll tell you about it coming up. You know who should run for Senate?
I'm thinking Louis Gohmert.
Yep. That's weird. It's almost telepathic.
That is really weird. Like in Texas, his home state.
And
I'm thinking, okay, we already have one seat very well filled by Ted Cruz. So the only other one.
Is there another one? There's two?
Yeah, there's two in most states. I'd have to say it'd be John Cornyn's seat. And here's the weird thing. Cornyn is up for re-election next year.
And Cornyn is trying to pretend that he is a Tea Party guy, just like you.
Although it was pretty interesting what this Tea Party guy said about Freedom Works the other day in Houston. What
did he say? He said something?
I'm trying to think of the exact words.
Freedom Works is an organization that uses Republican on Republican violence, so to speak, to raise money.
Wow. That's interesting.
Wow. Louis Gohmert is here, the next senator from Texas. Louis, how are you, sir?
Glenn, well, I'm out in the rain at the World War II Memorial, but I understand that somebody just tweeted out that the Republicans think they have a deal, and I'd heard that they were talking about just going ahead and giving up on 99% of Obamacare so it would work for a while. And things like, changing the part-time from 30 hours to closer to 40, and maybe making the businesses that had to comply from 50 to 100. Basically, implementing Obamacare for good. And that way we can say we got something for Obamacare, even though it will ensure that it allows the total government control of everybody's life like they were wanting to do. And then, a debt ceiling extension and basically doing what the president wanted, giving him everything he wanted, and letting him throw us a few crumbs. When actually Obamacare, as you know, as you talked about, it is so devastating to this country. It gives this country, federal government, so much control over every individual life that just being tossed a few crumbs so that they can still continue with the takeover is just not a good idea. And it sounds like that's the kind of thing being talked about.
If John Boehner makes this deal with the president, he is the sheriff of Nottingham, and it is absolutely, he has the best thing that could happen to this country is that Obamacare goes away.
That's right. Absolutely.
And the debt ceiling is not raised. The second best thing that could happen to this country is for everyone to see clearly Mitch McConnell, Cornyn, John Boehner, Lindsey Graham, John McCain, that they are all the sheriff of Nottingham. And
actually,
it will be the end of the Republican Party.
As I understand it, Paul Ryan, a brilliant guy, one of our really smart guys, is in the middle of negotiating the deal, and everybody knows how good he is with numbers. Yeah. And sometimes he has some really good ideas, but when he talked so many of our Republicans into voting for the Wall Street bailout, that was one he wasn't right on. And this is another one.
He's not a friend, Louis. And I know you're not. I will tell you this, Louis. It will be the end of the Republican Party. Mark my words. By the next presidential election, the Republican Party will be entirely different. And it will either be people like you and Ted Cruz will be out or completely isolated and nothing, or it will be a brand new party or brand new Republican Party, and it will be controlled by one or the other. We will not be halfway anymore. This is the end of the Republican Party, I believe.
Well, I hope that this is not what's going to happen. I hope that those were only things that were being talked about and not part of this wonderful deal to completely cave for the president. I hope that's not what we're going to hear about later today or tomorrow. But
we're going to hear about that.
Because,
government will be open on
Monday. Government shut down. We didn't want the government shut down, but good night. The president stood there and he says, "You're not going to use a gun." Are you kidding? And I heard Carney say yesterday, we're not going to allow the Republican Congress to force us to pay them to do their job. He's got it exactly backwards. They're holding a gun to America's head and saying, Republicans, give us all the money in the Treasury, plus more than our children can ever pay for.
Look,
and if you don't, we're going to burn down the country. We're going to make it hard on veterans. We're going to make it hard on disabled people with cancer. We're going to make the country miserable until you give us all the money.
Here's the thing. When America finally wakes up and understands that the people who are in charge right now, the progressives that are in charge right now, are the same people that taught the Palestinian Yasser Arafat extremists how to do what they do and gain the world's sympathy and treat Israel the way they treat Israel. They're the same people. They are, in some cases, exactly the same people. And I refuse to be the Israeli that stands up and says, no, we're the good guys. We're the good guys. How do we keep losing? I've seen this movie before, and I'm not going to be a part of it. And the Republicans are helping it. And I'm telling you, Louis, it is the end of the Republican Party. If this happens, it will be the end. 60% of the American people now say it's time for a third party. That's never happened before.
Got an indication of that when we had, back in May, and we had, the country was with us. They stood for what we stood. They said, we want massive tax reform. This is killing us. We want to get to the bottom of Benghazi. We don't want the NSA prying into our private lives. We stand with the Republicans on this issue. And so what did our leadership do? They said, let's start talking about amnesty now that we have all of America with us. Some of us pushed back on that and said, no, let's get back to what America wants us to do.
And the real shame is
talking about amnesty again and caving on all these issues that are so important to saving the America where there is freedom and people can be entrepreneurs.
And the real shame is, Louis, you're about to win. I mean, the president's approval rating is down to 37%. It's the lowest it's ever been. And then he caves.
And what the president the press is saying is, well, the Republicans have a lower rating. Yes, exactly. Because they've abandoned everything.
When John Adams was president, people didn't like Congress. This is nothing new.
Right.
But the big indicator, as you said, was that the president has been falling every day. But there's a new poll out that some of our folks are grabbing, saying, oh, no, America doesn't like us. Well, they've never liked us. But you stand up and do what's right.
Well, no, Louis, they don't like you, Louis. They don't like you because you're not doing the right thing. They know the Republicans are selling out. They know this is wrong.
We have been standing up, and I've been so proud of our party for standing up and standing for what's right. And so it's not too late. We haven't lost yet. And so I just appreciate your conveying truth. It's still a good thing to talk
Louis,
about.
I appreciate it, and I'm really going to be thrilled when you are the senator from Texas.
That will be good.
But I tell you this, Louis, if they cave, I'm telling you, it is a home run for you to win. If you would run as senator, I don't care if he has $17 million and you have $17, you win. I'm telling you, you win.
It is a family thing, and the family has to be fully behind it too. So,
I tell you what,
Glenn, thank you for spreading truth, man.
And we need to talk to your family.
What's your wife's favorite shoes? We're going to send her boxes of them. Louis, we love you. Keep up the good work. Hey, Louis, are you going to be in town tomorrow?
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm speaking out at Value Voters today, and I knew you were going to be here tomorrow. I'd heard you say it earlier in the show this week, so I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Good. I hope to see you. Thank you very much, Louis.
All right. Thanks so much.
One of the real in Congress, Louis Gohmert. End of the Republicans. End. Defund them.